I'm Vic Videopic. I'm a videographer and photographer from Italy. I'm particularly specialized on time lapses, hyperlapses, and drone footage. I've been doing this for about 5 years, and I've been based mostly in London and Brighton. The way I started was for what I called dynamic postcard. Dynamic postcard is when you're doing something in a cityscape, for example a big building, a big monument. If you do it as a still image, it's very static, while with time-lapse you can introduce movement and action in otherwise situations that can be more or less boring. Then, of course, starting from this, I've evolved into time lapses and hyperlapses more and more, introducing more complex techniques. Where I'm gonna be in 5 years' time? Well, 5 years' time in current state of technology is a very long term. Of course, things evolve, and I do intend to be particularly specialized in time-lapse, hyperlapses, drones, and post-production for still image and even more for video. Having said that, in the next 5 years, a lot of things can happen, and but I will still want to get deeper and deeper into video footage, any kind of moving visual expression. The way I select what to shoot is a bit function of both my inspiration, but also commercial reasons, of course. I do sell my time lapses and my video footages in stock agencies, so I have certain things I have to bear in mind. Certain topics are more commercial, are more easily sellable than others, and also there are certain restrictions of what you can do if image include people, logos, copyright building, and so on. So that's what is one starting point. I generally never shoot during the day, time-lapse, hyperlapse during the day. I tend to shoot them at sunset or at sunrise or at night. And I generally don't shoot, I mean, the first time I shoot a location is not for a final product for me. It's a sort of, I do always a sort of survey to really study the place for different angles at different times of the day. Generally, my final product is the second, third, or fourth times that I get into a setting. Then, according to the subject, it can be treated either as a time lapse, or as an hyperlapse, or sometimes with a drone, or in certain rare case even as regular footage. It all depends on the situation. Especially depends on the quantity of movement, quantity of action, because after all, video footage is action. If something is lacking action, you have to introduce it. When I get home after shoot, I immediately upload my image from the memory disk to Lightroom, and then I color grade the image in Lightroom. After I might use LR time-lapse either for the flickering or for correcting big changes of light condition during time-lapse. And then I import the images into After Effects, and to import the files as RAW in After Effects is very resource intensive, but is the method that gives the best results. After that, I process them in After Effects, and I stabilize them, and then I encode them, and the clip is then ready for being sold as stock footage, or I can then use them to make short movies, in which case I use Premiere Pro for editing. My favorite place where I have shot, maybe it's Paris. Maybe it's Paris because if I have to shoot for only 3 or 4 or 5 days, Paris is the ideal place because in a short amount of time, without traveling too much within Paris, you have really lot of subject and a really strong atmosphere. Anyway, whenever I travel to a town, I like to try to find the true soul of that town.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you wanna know more about what I do, and if you wanna know more about time lapses, different time lapses technique and hyper lapses and post production, I would suggest you to check out my channel, Videopic, because I do cover anything relating to image post production, time lapses, hyper lapses, and drone. So I hope to see you soon there.